She walked for hours, crossing streams and climbing hills, until she reached a cave where the witch lived. Chimamanda stood at the entrance of the cave and called out, "Ijere, come out, I'm not afraid of you." The witch, hearing Chimamanda's voice, was surprised. She had never met anyone who dared to confront her. Slowly, she came out of the cave, her eyes glowing with anger. "Who are you, little girl, to challenge me?" Once upon a time, in a small village called Umudioma, nested between thick forests and tall hills, there lived a brave girl named Chimamanda. Chimamanda was the youngest of her siblings, but she was the most fearless. Everyone in the village knew her for her courage and her kind heart. Chimamanda always helped her parents on the farm, fetched water from the stream, and took care of her younger cousin brothers. One day, trouble came to Umudioma. An evil witch named Ijele, who lived deep in the forest, started causing problems for the villagers. She would send strong winds to destroy their crops, steal food from their homes, and even make the children fall sick. The people of Umudioma were afraid of Ijele, and they didn't know what to do. The village elders gathered in the village square to discuss how they could protect themselves from Ijele. They tried to find a solution, but no one had the courage to face the witch. As they were talking, Chimamanda, who was passing by, overheard their conversation and went closer to them. "Why are we all afraid of this witch?" Chimamanda asked. "We cannot let her destroy our village." The elders looked at Chimamanda in surprise. "You are just a little girl," they said. "This is not something you can handle." But Chimamanda did not listen to them. She knew in her heart that she could do something. So she decided to go to the forest and find Ijele herself. She told her parents about her plan, and though they were worried, they knew Chimamanda was determined. Before she left, Chimamanda's mother gave her a small bag of corn in a gourd of water. "Take this, my daughter," she said. "May the spirits of our ancestors guide and protect you." With her bag and gourd, Chimamanda walked into the forest. The trees were tall and the forest was dark, but Chimamanda was not afraid. She walked for hours, crossing streams and climbing hills, until she reached a cave where the witch lived. Chimamanda stood at the entrance of the cave and called out, "Ijere, come out, I'm not afraid of you." The witch, hearing Chimamanda's voice, was surprised. She had never met anyone who dared to confront her. Slowly, she came out of the cave, her eyes glowing with anger. "Who are you, little girl, to challenge me?" Ijele hissed. "I'm Chimamanda from Umudioma," Chimamanda said boldly. "You have caused enough problems to my people, and I have come to put an end to it." Ijele laughed a cold, wicked laugh. "And how do you plan to stop me?" she asked. Chimamanda thought for a moment. Then she remembered the bag of corn and the gourd of water her mother had given her. She reached into her bag and took out some corn. "Let's see if you can eat this without being harmed," Chimamanda said. The witch, thinking Chimamanda was just praying, grabbed the corn and threw it into her mouth. But as soon as she swallowed it, She felt a burning sensation in her throat. Ijele began to choke and cough. "What have you done to me?" Ijele cried, crushing her throat. Chimamanda took out the gourd of water. "This is the only thing that can save you," she said. Desperate, Ijele reached out for the gourd, but Chimamanda pulled it back. "Promise me you will leave Umudioma alone and never harm my people again," Chimamanda said firmly. The witch, weak and afraid, nodded. "I promised." Chimamanda handed her the gourd, and Ijele drank from it. The burning stopped, and she began to feel better. Ijele thanked Chimamanda for saving her life. Then Ijele paused for a while before speaking up. "I'm not a witch," said Ijele. Chimamanda was surprised by Ijele's statement. She wanted to know more about Ijele. So she asked, "If you're not a witch, then what are you?" Ijele told Chimamanda to follow her inside her cave if she wanted to know more about her. Chimamanda bravely followed Ijele inside her cave. In the cave, Ijele started to tell Chimamanda the story of her life. "I came from Umudioma village," said Ijele. "I was born with supernatural powers, but my family were unaware of my abilities. My mother died when I was 14 years old, and my father married a second wife. My stepmother, Nkechi, hated me so much. She made my life a living hell. She would give me chores to do and still starve me. With her lies, she made my father despise me." Ijele cleared her throat and continued, "One day, I had a dream where my father died from an unknown sickness. I woke up that night scared and confused, but I summoned the courage to tell my father and my stepmother Nkechi about the dream I had. That night, Nkechi and my father beat me mercilessly. They chased me out of their hut, calling me a witch. That night, I had no place to go, so I slept in the backyard. I was shocked to hear that my father died in the morning. I went into the hut to confirm if my father had really died, but my stepmother would not let me in. She pushed me out, calling me a witch. She went and told the village elders that I'm a witch and that I killed my father. The village elders, without hearing from me, believed in Nkechi's lie. They blamed me for my father's death and banished me from Umudioma. I had no choice but to flee into the forest." Ijele paused, her voice filled with sorrow as she continued her story. "The forest became my home, and over time, I learned to harness my powers. But the pain of being wrongly accused and enslaved never left me. The loneliness and anger turned me into the person you see today. I never meant to harm the village, but I could not bear the thought of the people who once shunned me, living in peace, while I suffered in silence." Chimamanda listened intently, her heart aching for Ijele. She realized that the so-called witch was not evil at all, but a victim of circumstances, a girl who had been misunderstood and mistreated. Chimamanda knew she had to do something to help Ijele find peace. "Ijele," Chimamanda said gently, "what happened to you was long, and I'm sorry for all the pain you have endured. But holding on to anger and revenge will only continue to hurt you. I believe there is still good in you. Let us go back to Umudioma together. I will speak to the village elders and tell them your story. They need to know the truth. Ijele hesitated, fear and doubt in her eyes. Do you think they will listen to you? They will never forgive me. They will listen, Chimamanda said firmly. I will make sure of it. We can share things if we try. After a moment of silence, Ijele nodded. Very well, Chimamanda. I'll go with you. And so, Chimamanda and Ijele made their way back to Umudioma. The villagers were shocked to see Chimamanda returning with the wish, but Chimamanda stood tall and told them everything she had learned. She spoke of Ijele's suffering, her innocence, and how she had been loved. The elders listened, and soon the truth spread throughout the village. The people of Umudioma were filled with guilt and regret for how they had treated Ijele. They offered her forgiveness and welcomed her back into the village. Ijele, no longer the feared witch, became a healer, using her powers to help the very people who once rejected her. From that day on, the village of Umudioma lived in peace, and Chimamanda was celebrated as a hero for her bravery, kindness, and wisdom. And Ijele, finally free from her past, found the peace and acceptance she had longed for. And so, the story of Chimamanda and Ijele became a tale of courage, forgiveness, and the power of understanding, passed down through generations in the village of Umudioma. What lesson do you learn from this story? Please comment, like, and share. And don't forget to subscribe. Watch out for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.